Okay. You don't look as pagey. Page boy.
No, I just have a fro, sort of. A helmet.
World's best teacher here. I got the mug to prove it. AKA.
Damn, dude, that's pretty prestigious.
Hodgie.
Oh. I have a helmet for hair. He's the best teacher in the world.
Shaved your mustache off.
Shaved my mustache off. Woo!
It's funny, Jimmy Kimmel, I watched the Tonight Show, and he was growing a beard. It was really scraggly, and then he kept saying, like, because I want to grow a mustache. And then he had these, like, beard and mustache experts come on and tell him what kind of mustache he could grow. So he's doing the walrus, and then the whole crowd wanted him to do handlebar.
Right.
So he's like, I'm going to grow the walrus so that I can then do the handlebar. And so, like, they shaved...
the walrus? Is the walrus down? I would... Because it'd be like...
Or maybe it wasn't walrus, but it was, like, really... It was, like, a bushy kind of... Chevron, maybe? Yeah, like Magnum P.I. kind of esque. So,
the Tom Selleck.
And so he had this beard, and then, like, he comes back from break, and they had shaved everything but the mustache. And it just looks so weird. So weird.
He doesn't look good with a mustache.
It's interesting, I would say.
Well, that's why I shaved mine, because Jimmy Kimmel has a mustache now, so...
You mean Jimmy Fallon?
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel still has his
Do I
beard.
mean Jimmy Fallon, though?
He still has his beard, Jimmy Kimmel.
I hadn't watched Jimmy Kimmel in years, and then I just saw that fucking thing where his kid almost died, and then I was like, Jesus!
I stopped watching him for like a few months, and then I was like, oh, let me go back to Jimmy Kimmel. And it was that episode where he was like crying. The last time I watched it, he was crying because... What was his name? Died. Don Rickles had died. And so, like, damn. I think that was one of the last episodes I had watched where he's, like, crying and, like, he had brought people on, like, Bob Saget and John Stamos, I guess were really good friends with Don Rickles. And so he had brought them on, and they were just talking about Don Rickles.
Dave
and how...
Coulier, not so much.
No, not so much. And he's crying like through the whole thing, and so I think I was like, all right, I'm done with Jimmy for a while.
Yeah.
And then the first episode I watched back, God. He's like,
Jesus, I know.
My son. And I was like, oh God. And I stopped watching him for a while. Well, actually, I watched that whole week because that was the only time he was on that week, and then he had different guests host, like Will Arnett hosted and a bunch of other people, so I was like, okay, I can watch that. It's not going to be anything
You're
about
not crying.
David Spade hosted it.
Oh, yippee.
I know.
Okay. David Spade. He never even made it to Sandler status.
But he's in like almost every Adam Sandler movie too. Once Chris Farley died, he needed to ride on somebody else's coattails. I mean, he did, because Joe Dirt is a Happy Madison movie. Have you ever watched Joe Dirt?
I've seen parts of it. I've probably seen the whole thing, but never all at once. You know,
that's a decent movie. Well, this week I was down 2 pounds, so.
I'm reading based on a true story by Norm Macdonald, and the whole time he's just like, he just attributes all of his success to just being friends with Adam Sandler throughout the whole book. He's like, but if you want to make it big in this town, there's one thing you gotta do: make friends with Adam Sandler. And then he just over and over again. It's pretty funny. That's what I was gonna say, but then I forgot. 2 pounds?
2 pounds, yeah.
So
316.
Oh my God, we're almost to the goal.
Yeah.
3:15.
And like I was telling you earlier, I went to go buy a shirt. We have a wedding to go to tomorrow, and I was trying to buy a shirt that matched Melissa's dress a little bit better than what I have. And I've come to the realization that I'm still too fat for regular people clothes, but I'm now too skinny for big and tall. And we gotta do something about big and tall, and
well, there's obviously a niche here now between the two. That they're missing.
Yeah, we gotta figure that out. So
what's between,
Because like the shoulders and everything fit perfect. It was just like my stomach. It was really tight. Like I fit the shirt, but it was really tight.
My shoulders, my neck.
That was all really comfortable.
Yeah.
And then here it was just like.
That's what. All my polo shirts from that I bought from my old job, they're all XLs because I was 240 at the time, and now they're like. They're like bags, but I don't have to wear them anymore. Oh yeah. The in between stages suck, man.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting. These are 34s, but they're like, I've gotten into 32s. These are like fancy man 34s. They're definitely smaller than 34s, which is the other stupid thing. Yeah. All right, so they make it big and tall. Then they've got, I guess, normal. You're somewhere in between, so they missed that niche. But then there's also fancy man sizes where like they pretend to be normal sizes, but they're not.
Like all the slim fit kind of stuff, yeah.
Fucking Ashton Kutcher fucking sizes.
David Spade sizes. It's the petite. Like, how women have petite.
When your hips are wider than your shoulders. Fancy man sizes. Yeah, petite, right. But that's how they, but that's how they size everything. To male models. Fucking Hansel. There's Husky and then there's Hansel.
He's so hot right now.
I never saw the new one. Thank the Lord.
No.
You were gonna, I thought I was gonna say the original.
Yeah. What? I thought we watched it a million times together. But yeah, the sequel is not good.
Oof.
Watched it on the Netflix.
Oh, it's on Netflix?
It was when it first came out. Oh. I don't know if it still is, but like when it first came out on video or whatever.
Yeah.
Come out on video. What am I? What is this, 1992?
The record.
It came out on the Blu-ray.
What's a video? Do they even call them? I guess they do call them videos.
It's a strange time we're living in. It's a strange time.
Yeah, well, that's why Bill Paxton got out, man. Anyone else die this week?
Not that I know of.
I'm really confident that Bob Dylan is going to die next, so just wanted to put that on video. Bob Dylan, done for.
No.
But if he dies under weird circumstances, I was not responsible.
Didn't Bob Dylan own a DeLorean?
I don't know, but it sounds like a good song. Bob Dylan buys a DeLorean.
It was like from an 80s album he did.
With the traveling Wilburys.
Yeah.
I can see him.
Him and Tom Petty.
DeLorean around at that time. What's the dude's name from ELO or whatever? What the fuck is the other guy?
ELO? Electrical Light Orchestra?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The other dude in the Traveling Wilburys, who's not a Beatle, who's not Tom Petty, who's not Bob Dylan, who's not Roy Orbison. The other guy.
I don't know. Didn't care about the wild thornberries.
The wild Wilburys.
Wild thornberries.
Yeah. Yeah. That was an odd conglomeration. Alright, I'm over it. Okay.
Okay.
I'm still 178.
Okay.
I like eat really good and then I just get a sweet craving at night and I eat ice cream. I went to the corner store, I bought butter pecan ice cream and Butterfinger and I ate them both. But I'm maintaining, but I want to get down to 170 by the 7th, so I got some
I went
work
to the gym 4 days this week.
Oh, damn, nice.
Oh, I would have gone yesterday, but too busy. Didn't work out.
Yesterday I was going to get up and ride my bike. I woke up, I was going to do it at 7. I woke up at 5:30 and I felt good enough to get up anyway, and then it was raining, so I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fucking great. Alright. No one cares that I wanted to go for a fucking bike ride. Been really itchy lately, man. Summer. My skin's all dry.
Oh, they're like itching to get out and do stuff.
No. Just itching.
Well, we gotta go to Summerfest. We gotta go to Renaissance Fair. So.
King Richard's Fair. We old schoolers call it.
Was that what it was called back in the day?
It must have been. That's what we always called it when we were little.
Because it's the Bristol Renaissance Fair, right?
Yeah, so you guys should all know what a Renaissance Fair is, I feel like. Yeah. But it's up in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Illinois
Kenosha,
border.
right? Is it Kenosha?
It's like right on the border, don't you know? Yeah. It's like right there on the border near Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin. Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin.
I used to do a lot of truck deliveries in Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin.
To the outlet?
To the XL.
Destination XL?
No, EXEL.
What the hell's that?
It's just a warehouse, you know.
Oh.
You know. I didn't go to any stores really. I used to do Sears and Kmart, so I went to those stores. And then Walmart, you would pick up at all the places that make things for Walmart, and then you would bring them back to the Walmart distribution center. And then Walmart trucks take them to the Walmart. But, yeah, I want to... So you can go, you can dress up.
Have you ever dressed up?
I've never dressed up. My sister, last time we went, was dressed up a little bit.
I only gone once because I'm.
What?
Yeah.
Once? Really?
It was never. It was never a big thing.
I can't believe you made it though. So you went with us one time?
No, I don't think I never went with you guys.
What?
Yeah. I went.
That's
me and
crazy.
Melissa went once.
So you didn't even go as a kid ever?
No, because we always did Summerfest. We always did. There was like back in the day. The area that had Summerfest had like 30 million different festivals. So we went to it was all ethnic. So it was like Polish Fest. So we went to Polish Fest. Indian Summer, which was probably the most racist name for a festival.
We can't call it an Indian Summer anymore? That's a term. It's an old term.
I don't know. It's an old term.
Yes,
old.
an Indian Summer.
Emphasis on old.
Right.
But yeah, they had Indian Summer, and they would have all these it was basically a powwow kind of thing, and so we would go to those all the time. There was also something that they had in Milwaukee. It wasn't part of the Summerfest thing. It was like international festival kind of thing, but it was like downtown Milwaukee, Bradley Place, or the Mecca, or whatever they call their basketball stadium.
Who cares?
And it would have like booths and food, and also we used to do that kind of stuff. But we never went to the Renaissance Fair. I don't know if it was because Kelly didn't really want to go, or what, or we had no desire to go. I won't blame it all on Kelly, but I don't know.
Kelly, you suck. It's all your fault. Yeah, let's go this year.
Yeah.
And we could take Malia. We can dress her up as a little dwarf. We They got little rides for her
Yeah.
that
I don't know
she
if
can't
she.
fall out of.
I don't know.
You could take her on one.
But she. And they have like the jousting and
Yeah,
kind of medieval times kind of
exactly.
stuff.
I'm pretty sure she could do Jacob's ladder. How much money did I waste doing that? I remember trying that. You know, it's like the rope ladder.
Oh,
where
yeah.
you have to get up and
Right.
balance the whole way. Dude, what if a baby could actually really do that?
I'm sure there are some babies.
As long as they can grab, it's
Right.
like crawling, but they just have to have the balance.
Yeah. That I wouldn't be so
If
sure
that
about.
stone hippie can do it, it's the same thing. But yeah, they got the turkey legs.
Turkey legs.
My mom and sister used to always get tempura.
Cause that, and if there's one thing that says Renaissance, it's
Deep fried food.
tempura.
Yeah.
Tempura batter.
Deep fried vegetables.
But Renaissance in Japan, right? There's like a little. It's like
they deep fried people and vegetables.
It's like Epcot version of Renaissance Fair.
And then they have like a beef sandwich.
I remember a cauldron of like stewed mushrooms. Like it was just mushrooms and butter, and this guy's just like constantly stirring it. It was like a big cauldron, and then you could get some.
They also have jerky. I don't know what kind of treats they have. We had French silk pie already this morning.
Yeah, today is definitely not a keto day.
So we had our normal breakfast, then we had scrambled eggs and sausage, and then
French silk pie.
French silk pie.
Yeah.
Oh man, so good. Oh, but they also have like, I think, do they have rock? Yeah, they have rock climbing because Shawnee D and Taterboro went and worked there last year and like did that, helped with the rock climbing thing. They have the thing where you throw tomatoes at dudes and they talk shit to you. And you try to hit them in the face. They got the jousting and all that.
Yeah.
It's always super hot, man.
Well, it's only during the summer.
Yeah.
And it's only Saturday and Sunday, which is a bummer.
Definitely a bummer.
Maybe that's why we never went, because it's always... My dad would try to find stuff to do like on a random Wednesday in the summer. And
Right. Yeah, you need a state fair or something that goes all week.
I remember one time my dad was just like... We had nothing to do, and he's like, "You want to go to Wisconsin Dells?"
Damn.
And I thought, okay. And I thought it was close. But it took us like 3 or 4 hours just to get there. And then
It takes a minute.
And then we did like, like the go-karts and whatever. And then we drove back.
Oh my god, he's
like,
crazy.
yeah. I was like, I didn't think it was that far. That's what I assumed. I'm like, oh, people just drive up there and go for the day and come back. Like that's because I always heard people talk about going to Wisconsin Dells. I think we did like the ducks and whatnot, but
Surprised you didn't we aren't staying up here. We're going back right now. I wouldn't even want to do that, dude. That's like 8 hours of driving in one day. What time did you leave? At what time of the day did your dad?
I think
6 in the morning.
It might have been because I was up. I was probably up by then. I was always up so early, especially in the summer. I'd be up.
We used to wake up sometimes, and you'd just be like running. You'd be like ready to fucking go.
I would wake up most of the time and like ride my bike around the block, waiting for the other people on the block to wake up before I would like.
Dude, oh my god! I remember being up with you early as shit riding bikes, and you're right. No one was even out there. And we would like ride around right through the alley, and then I like have this distinct memory of just standing there on my bike, and it was so early that like nothing was happening.
I used to like ride. There was it's still there, like a parking structure over on like Central and near Belmont.
Yeah.
We'd ride all the way over there, and we'd ride up it because this was before security would even get there. It was so early, and then just like roll down and use the momentum of the ramps to go. It was pretty fun.
Oh, yeah.
I think I told Kelly that story. She's like, "You did not do that."
Like, that's exactly what we would have done. What do you mean?
I'm like, it's like, you would not do that.
There was one of those on North Avenue, too, that we would go to. And, there was a big ramp up, and then, and you could go down. But it led directly into an alley. Not only an alley, like a T alley, and, like, the ramp came down here. It was super dangerous, but, early in the morning. I do remember that, though, because you would wake me up. I would get up early too sometimes, but you were always up.
I was always up
early and then waking me up.
Yeah.
But when we would get up and get outside, there would still be nothing going on.
I'd probably wake up at like close to 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I would probably wait maybe a half hour before I'd wake you up. Before I was like, all right, I need to do something. I need to eat food
you
or
woke
something.
up and you're like, oh god, I'm not gonna wake him up. All right, you'll be alone for a little while. Then you're like, I'm hungry. Hey, wake up! Oh my god, I just had a great memory. So we would get up and go walking too sometimes.
Yeah.
Or just like go to the park or something. Do you remember? This was Nelman Park. We got up early as shit. It was like 6, 7 in the morning. Sun's coming up, it's summer. And we're walking, and there was a card on the ground.
We were rollerblading.
We were rollerblading?
Either rollerblading or I don't know. I don't think we were walking, but I think we definitely had
bike riding.
some kind of wheel.
Yeah.
Wheels.
Razor scootering.
And there was like it was a card. So I guess people were playing
card.
Yeah, like somebody was playing poker outside.
Side, right.
And it was like a nudie.
It was a dude who flipped it over. It was a dude.
It was a naked
dude. The fucking like, I don't know, some sort of Native American YMCA outfit. I feel like
it was like super patriotic. Like
it was. Yeah, maybe it was a cowboy
in the bush. Like, cause did I fall into the bushes and that's why? I feel like we were rollerblading and like you stopped and then like I wasn't paying attention and I tripped or something and I fell near it and then we found the card.
So weird, dude. Found a nude card.
And we said like grandma must have been playing poker at that house last night.
Oh my god. Oh, how disturbing. That'd be really funny. Should get some of those and just like throw them out in random places.
Maybe that's what somebody did.
No, yeah. Nowadays you get arrested for spread of fucking lewd materials.
Oh my
if
God.
some kid found it, especially, you'd be fucked. It'd be like fingerprinting the card.
There's ways around that.
Hodgie.
There's ways around that.
Yeah, gloves on. Just driving around. I think I'm gonna do some driving somewhere. I don't know where though. You wanna go somewhere?
Sure.
Not today. Maybe this week.
I don't know about this week.
What about next week?
Maybe next week. Because we have the baptism Saturday.
Next Saturday?
This Saturday. It's coming up.
Correct, this Saturday. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, good enough.
And then her birthday is a month from now.
So do the
And Summerfest is sometime in between that.
Do the baptism and then we'll drive to Wisconsin and camp out there for a month and wait for Summerfest.
Well, Summerfest is like
and then come back for
the
her
week
birthday.
before the 4th of July. And then the week after 4th of July. With that 3rd of July off. I think they do like just a firework show kind of thing. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Why they don't have anything.
I might have mentioned this before, but there have been previous years where I've just played 4th of July by Soundgarden for the entire day on the 4th of July. And I think this year it's going to be one.
That's true.
So if you want to get in on this, I thought it was the end. I thought it was the 4th of July. Ooh, dude, that's a heavy fucking jam.
I've been, Q101's been having this contest, like, they have a word and you have to text a word, and it'll put you in the running for this crazy 48, and it's like you go see Red Hot Chili Peppers at Summerfest, you jump out of an airplane, you throw the first pitch at a White Sox game, you spend the night in the in Batman's condo or loft or whatever it was from Dark Knight, where they filmed it. Like, you get to spend the night there. The shot from The Girl and the Goat cooks you a private dinner. It was like all this stuff. Everything but jumping out of an airplane sounded like amazing. And so you had to text, and you had to be the 101st texter. So like, they would say the word, and I'd text it in, and I'd be like, sorry, you are the 759th text. It was like, holy shit. The closest I've gotten was like 139. Ooh, but it's over now, so I'm kind of pissed. I'm like, can I not do the jumping out of an airplane thing?
You'd have to. Like,
and you get to, like, I think you got $1,000 to spend on Michigan Avenue with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, which would have been interesting.
Would just buy drugs immediately and be like, all right, dude, let's go. Where do you want to go? Sit down.
I think the whole time.
Do these drugs.
I think the whole time I've just been like, "Where's John?"
Yeah, I thought Red Hot Chili Peppers was gonna be here. Where's John?
Where's John? I'm like, who's this guy?
Josh? No, John, not Josh.
Your name is John Frusciante.
John, not Josh. John. Yeah, I would just like be immediately fucking, alright, what do you guys want to do? No, I'd make them buy the drugs for sure. Save my grand for, I don't know.
Blackhawks jersey at the Blackhawks store.
They don't buy anything. That's fucked up. All that money, they probably don't buy anything.
Sure.
They could buy my friendship, though.
John? Where's John? Who's this guy? Is this your roadie?
He's a bunch of drugs.
He's working on
John?
his new
Where's John?
EDM album. You know he's into that stuff?
Well, yeah, I know. Working on that stuff now. He does a lot of electronic music and stuff. I've listened to some of his solo music where it's a lot of guitar, but then a lot of not guitar.
I've read something about how he was working on his EDM album or something like that. Why did John Frusciante leave Red Hot Chili Peppers to work on an EDM album? Great.
We know why he left Red Hot Chili Peppers, man, because as much as I love them, you know, it's the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and he was like, I'm fucking sick of this shit.
He did the Super Bowl, and
was he there for
he
that?
mimed the guitar. I think it was him. Or maybe it wasn't him.
I don't think
and I was really confused. I was like, who is this guy? But I thought it was him.
Because if he did that, that would have been the last. That was probably it for him. He was like, I can't fucking do this anymore. I don't think so, though. I don't feel... I gotta look it up because it's not good enough. What year was that? It's like 2012 or something.
I thought it was more recent than that.
Yeah,
wasn't the Bruno Mars...
You would think that.
Maybe 2014?
Occurred on February 2nd, 2014.
Yeah! How do you feel if you're Flea and you're in this band?
What do you mean?
Like, Frusciante's like a good guitar player.
Yeah.
But Flea is like the king of bass playing, and he's in this crappy band.
It's not a crappy band.
You want to watch it? Oh, you're trying to find out.
I want to see who it is. If it's Josh or John. If it was John, he probably just immediately was like, I'm done after this bullshit. This made me so sad. I went to bed early. I literally got up once they came out and they were fucking doing backing band for fucking Ms. Mars here.
Who is it?
I don't know yet. Josh.
Oh yeah, that is
Definitely
Josh.
Josh.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, dude, I knew John Frusciante did not make it to this fucking debacle. This terrible, disgusting fucking thing.
I can't watch that.
That's why I went to bed, dude. Oh my god, that was
But
so many hard lessons.
even if the Red Hot Chili Peppers are go down as a really crappy band, we will know that Flea was one hell of an actor. And what was his greatest role? Needles in Back to the Future?
Yes. Undoubtedly. Undoubtedly.
Is that his name, Needles? Is it Needles?
I don't know. I'd have to, it's been probably 6 months since I watched Back to the Future, but I got the whole trilogy on DVD/blue disc.
It was Michael J. Fox's birthday recently. We were going to talk about Back to the Future like a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
We gotta watch it.
Yeah.
I was like the third one, man. I had a soft spot for the third one. Actually, all three. Really like all three. I feel like 2 was so goddamn good, too.
2 is good, yeah. 3 is good, but it's...
Some of the sauce is gone.
Yeah, it's too...
Hokey.
Yeah. ZZ Top as the... Once you have ZZ Top making cameos in your film, I think it's...
and not Huey Lewis?
Right. No, Huey Lewis, that made perfect sense.
You're telling me ZZ Top doesn't make perfect sense?
No, it doesn't. Not at all.
Who should they have done instead? Like
Nobody.
Willie Nelson?
Nobody. It should have been Michael J. Fox. He should have played Power of Love in 1885.
Should play Power of Love for them, yeah. Does he bring any sort of music back with him to that period?
No.
No?
I don't think so, no.
Because I'm wondering if
It's
that's
all
a
about-
theme now, remember? Because, like, he even brings... Remember when he plays the tape for
The dad.
his dad? Yeah, and it's the metal shit.
Right.
For Van Halen or
Van
something.
Halen,
Yeah.
No, I don't think he... Yeah, he doesn't do anything
There's
in the third one.
nothing-
Because it's all about making sure that Doc Brown doesn't die. It's like the whole
That's
premise
all it
of the
is.
third one.
Yeah. And she sees that he dies in a shitty way back then.
Right.
And it's like, oh no.
I can't let him die like
Even though he had a fine, great life in 1985. He had a great life back then.
But I think it was because it was like 4 days later after he wrote the letter to him. Remember in the second film at the end, and the Western Union guy
he
comes?
got to live there for a while though before it happened.
No, I think it was like 4 days after he got the letter.
But that would mean that so he falls in love with that woman and everything. That's all 4 days.
Something like that. Yeah,
That's
there's
so
like
stupid.
some weird time for like ridiculously short time frame from him getting the letter, going back in time.
No, but he's been there for years and years though.
I think maybe if it is a year tops.
Because how would he have, how would he be a blacksmith? How would he have any of that profession? Like
I think it's only a year. I think at the most it's only a year.
4 days to a year, what?
No, I'm saying that Doc Brown was there because he goes back in time like the same day. He doesn't go super far back in time before he dies. He only goes back in time like 4 or 5 days before he dies. Just saying.
What do you mean, like the second time? Because, I mean, he's got to go back.
He goes back to 1885.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe 4 or 5 days before the date on the tombstone.
Yeah, how would he be established there, though? So when was the first time he went? Like, how would...
I'm talking about
I know what
Marty
you're talking
McFly.
about.
I'm talking Marty McFly goes back to 1985. I'm saying Doc Brown maybe only goes back a year.
Oh, you're saying Marty goes back 4 days.
Right.
That's not what I've been talking about the whole time. You just tried to weasel your way out of that. No. Doc Brown was there a long time ago.
I'm not saying I'm saying for Doc Brown, it's got to be like a year, tops.
Yeah. 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 Because he's a cowboy scientist.
Because on the whatever that console thing in the DeLorean, it says 1885.
Sure. So he doesn't even go back to 84.
Right.
So it's less than a year.
Right.
Which makes sense because he kind of has a foothold, but still no one knows who he is. He's new type shit.
Yeah.
But Marty...
So we've debunked your years and years and years.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. You were saying you went back for 4 days. You changed it to Marty halfway through.
I was
but the
talking
tape tells the truth. You were talking about Doc Brown. Because that's why you said no, because he went 4 days after you went back, and you meant Doc.
Okay, we were both wrong.
You meant Doc.
I
overestimated. You underestimated.
Exactly. I don't. So is 2 better than the first one?
2's really good. It's like it's a justifiable sequel.
Right.
I think it's as good, but I couldn't call it better because it's like the first one is.
The first one's good and it has all those moments. I think I like the second one better just because they go to the future.
I mean, yeah, it was so cool.
And it still includes the 50s from the original. Plus, you have the whole alternate 1985.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool.
They definitely, it's like, it was like the next step, and it makes sense, and it's really good. I think it's as good, but that first one I
don't get why the third one was so lackluster.
Dude, okay, so the same...
And they filmed them...
really close
2 and 3,
exactly.
they filmed them right away.
I think they were just out of sauce, dude. Because that second one does have everything. They have the future, they have the past, they have the present, they deal with the alternate, like you said. And then they were like, oh, okay, well, besides rehashing that, okay, let's go to the past.
But what's sad is that they obviously had that. They were writing them together because they put foreshadowing.
They foresee that, right? Exactly.
In the second one, too, with the Mad Dog Tannen.
Did not know
and all
that they'd
stuff.
be out of sauce by the third one, right? Because you're writing them together. They probably knew the whole time. Like, no, we'll come up with more for that one when we get there. Well, no, that's weird because now they weren't written all at the same time, but Scream is the same way. Scream 3 is like super campy and like funny and like it doesn't have the same vibe as the first two. There's a lot of humor in them, but they just seem way more serious and they're better movies. And then the third one, all of a sudden, it's like slapstick shit. It's like, I don't know. Is that...
Do you get to a point where you just say, we've done everything? But we
I guess, yeah, but we got this little bit, yeah.
We've been commissioned to make another film, so
right.
We have to do something.
I don't know. And I'd have to watch the fourth Scream again to see what that's all about in order to compare.
Are they making another one?
Fifth one? I don't know.
Because, with this day and age where all they do is rehash old things. Baywatch movie.
Yeah, well, so that was a certifiable trilogy, and that's part of the point, too, is they make the distinction between sequels and trilogies, since it's all about scary movies, So it's supposed to stay a fucking trilogy, and then what? This was like 5 years ago, they add a fourth one to it, and the third one was probably 2000 or somewhere around there, so it was like 10, 12 years later. So they could definitely start making more, but...
Right. You think they're going to make another Ghostbusters movie?
I did not see that. Did you?
It was okay. Yeah, I went to the theaters to see it. Yeah. It was okay. I wouldn't say it is better than even the sequel.
Did anyone say that?
I actually like the sequel to Ghostbusters more than the first one, but I think that's because I saw the sequel.
I always get them confused. Yeah, maybe that's why I get confused too. So the sequel is Marshmallow Man's the first one. The second one is with the painting?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've seen that one way more.
Yeah. I think that's also why. Like, I've seen... That was the first one I saw, and I've seen that more than the first one.
It was on, like, TBS all the time or something.
Right.
So, besides the painting, though, that's with Now, yeah, where does Rick Moranis come in? And is that all the second one?
Rick Moranis is in the first one.
Yeah, but I mean,
and
like,
he's
with
he
the
gets possessed just like
that's all the first one? No.
Whatever. Dark Knight stuff. Rick Moranis in the second movie, he just works at the.
Oh, but what's the one? So, which movie is Sigourney Weaver all fucking possessed? And
that's the first one.
That's the first one.
Yeah.
And he's the gatekeeper. Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Rick Moranis is just like somebody who works with them in the second one, and he like starts dating Annie Potts' character, and then at the end of the movie he puts on the suit and he's like he's like running to the place, and I think he takes the bus and he starts using the proton pack or whatever.
Yeah, those movies never grabbed me too much. Like, I've seen them a bunch, and but not the same as Back to the Future.
No.
Like, not even the same.
Right.
Okay, same category.
The thing is, though, I think there's a channel that plays Back to the Future, the trilogy, like every other day.
Hey man, if you got a good thing going. Show a lot of Lifetime films other than that.
I was really upset that Nike only did the self-lacing Air Mags as a charity.
That's
thing.
all it was. They made like 100 of them, and
because the original 2012 maybe they came out with, they weren't self-lacing, but they just looked like them.
Right.
And then it was for Michael J. Fox, Parkinson's, whatever. And then 2015, because that was the year, they go back to the future, or they came out with the real self-lacing Air Mags, and they lit up, and the Nike logo, it looked exactly like it was in the movie, but there was only like 100, and they auctioned them off for the charity.
That's bullshit.
And so now if you want to try to get them, they're like $1 million or some garbage like that.
I would have bought a pair of those.
I would have bought them too. Yeah,
I think badass.
I think everybody would, even if they were expensive, like $500. I think a lot of people still might buy them.
I would go up to, for those, I would go up to $250, but I don't spend a lot on shoes.
I mean, if you're gonna buy Nikes now, they cost close to $200. So it's like, unless the technology to self-lace is just way too expensive to where they can mass produce it.
Yeah, or how long would it actually be good for type deal.
Right.
Like, what if it just broke after like a month? Like, you spent all that money and then they stop lacing. You gotta start tying them yourself. Oh, man.
I don't even think they have laces. I think it's just that, it's just like a clamp.
Inside, right?
It's like a clamp on your ankle.
Oh, man, clamp shoes. What happened to those from the 90s? Remember, those came into... Where there'd be one over the top, like a tightener.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit, I forgot about those. It wasn't Velcro.
No.
It was like a straight up plastic, like one of the click things. You go,
yeah.
And then it would clamp tighten. Oh, man.
They got replaced with Crocs.
Downgrade.
I love Crocs.
You like Crocs? I've never worn them, but they just look
They're
terrible.
Comfortable. I mean, there's some that aren't
terrible. I mean,
comfortable, you mean? Yeah, they're supposed to be terrible.
Comfortable is what I meant.
I was forced to wear Crocs because we went to Florida. We went to Disney World, and the shoes I had were on their last life, But you don't want to bring brand new shoes to Disney World because you're breaking them in, It's so I was like, all right, I'll just take these and whatever happens. And I was walking, I wasn't paying attention. I tripped over the track, they have in the ground, on Main Street. I tripped over it and ripped the shoe because they were dying anyway. So they ripped, and then I'm like, crap, what and. the only shoes that they had in Disney World were Mickey Mouse Crocs.
Hilarious.
So like the holes were like the Mickey silhouette head thing.
Oh my god.
So I had to buy them, but then I'm like,
how much were those?
they were 60. I mean, I think you can go to the Croc store and pay $60 for Crocs, regular Crocs.
Oh, okay.
They were like $60, so I was like,
oh, okay.
And I bought them because this was like maybe 3 or 4 days into the trip, so we had seen everything that they've had. You know, we went to the giant Disney Emporium and we kind of knew what shoes they had.
Yeah.
And these were like the only thing that I could get. And I was like, and I bought them and they were super comfortable and I was pretty happy with my decision.
They're just like a foamy,
but they're ugly.
Rubbery, right?
They're really ugly,
yeah,
but
they're just.
I mean, I do have a pair now you can look at, and they don't look anything like the Crocs of old. They make them look like normal shoes. You can
sort
get them,
acceptable.
but some people really like that clog.
Like a clog duck.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So yeah. I mean, they're okay. they are ugly, but they are comfortable.
I'm all about comfortable. I bought those toe shoes one time, but I bought because they're supposed to be comfortable as hell. But I bought a really cheap brand. So I bought these were like
Fila.
Yeah, they were like Fila or something like that.
What happened to Fila, man?
I don't know, but I still remember a pair of blue Filas I had. They were like Vans.
Like Shaq had Fila shoes and Grant. It was that guy from Detroit.
Grant Hill.
Grant Hill. He was sponsored by Fila, and there was a bunch of people.
Was the shit, dude.
Yeah, it was. There people had Reebok, sponsored by Reebok. Like nobody's. It's just Nike or Adidas now.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
Basketball players. Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that. I need new gym shoes though. Now I got my wheels turning. Do you remember those? They're like the Pumas that are. I don't know. They're really like formed to the foot. They're almost. I guess they're like soccer shoes. I never played soccer, so I don't know.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, those look pretty comfortable. Or they're like wrestling shoes almost, and I feel like you can get grip.
I feel like Pumas aren't comfortable.
No? Well, I've never worn them, so I don't know. But they look really. They're always like suede, and then they're like you could wrestle a suede man.
I don't know. Maybe because I have like larger feet. I feel like Pumas. I tried them.
Yeah,
on,
those
they
are
never,
for wide feet.
Yeah.
Those are like skinny. I don't know. I have 4 small toes, so. I feel like we have kind of this, besides my 4 small toes, I feel like we have similar shaped feet. Yours are just a bigger extension. Someone was talking about beating their kids the other day. And I always think about the paddles in the car.
Oh, yeah.
Moms. Plastic ping pong paddles, clear. One
Weird
was blue
colors,
and one was red.
Yeah.
And if we were messing
Your
around
mom
the
had
back
the red
seat,
one?
I don't know. But they had a sticker on them at one point too, and then they wore out the sticker from all the beatings. They both kept them in the car, and I don't know. One of them definitely kept them in the car.
No, they both were in the car.
You free swinging back there. Good times. Good times. Chrysler LeBaron.
Chrysler LeBaron.
Maroon.
Maroon.
On the inside and outside. They don't make cars like that anymore, man. I want some... Like, Maroon was huge on the inside, too. Oldsmobile did it. Chrysler did it. Buicks. It was like a huge thing. It was totally acceptable.
Kelly's first car was a 81 Buick something. and it was baby blue on the outside and maroon
What?
on the inside. Yeah.
Are you shitting me? Damn.
Like, it was somebody in our families, and either sold it or they died, and nobody knew what to do with the car, and so my dad was like, I'll take it, and gave it to Kelly. But she, like, never drove it. She never drove it. I remember it broke down near...
Drove over there.
They drove over there. I remember it broke down, and I pushed it back with my dad driving, like, steering it.
Yeah.
I'm like 8 or 9. I'm pushing this...
Little car, I assume.
No, it was big. It was massive.
Yeah, but
It was one of those 80s, like, sedans.
Oh, nice.
You know?
Hell yeah.
I was, like, pushing it.
Dude, that's so cool, though. Baby blue on the outside and the maroon, or the burgundy. Maybe they call it burgundy. But my mom used to call it maroon on the outside of that, the Sabre.
It's Cabernet Sauvignon.
I mean, Le Baron, not Le Sabre. It's a Pinot Noir. Noir. Like guar with an N.
Yeah.
Noir. And bench seats. Are bench seats like illegal now or something? Is there something with the safety? Because
Maybe.
man, my Oldsmobile had the bench seat, was so sweet. And all these new cars, like, they're too small, man. I'm not even that big. I'm 5'11", and like, but they're like,
Yeah.
feel like they compact like this. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I can't even drive. The other thing I noticed is I can't put my arm up on the window anymore because I'm so far back. Which that's the car's design. That's not. Like, why the hell would I want to be looking out the back window when I'm driving? Right? Like, back in the day, it used to be up with the fuck. What's going on? Sorry.
I miss my van for a lot.
Van's a good one for arm.
It
arm
just
leaning.
was so much bigger, and like the way the seat was, it was higher.
Yeah.
And so like
yeah,
you
I
don't
kind
have
of like
to have
where
your
you're sitting
you don't
up
have to-
instead of. Like, that's how the Nissan is. I'm, like, basically in a fucking lawn chair or one of those reclined ones. Trying to put my arm up on the window. Fucking ridiculous, man.
Kids these days,
I'm tired of it.
get off my lawn.
That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna become the old men earlier because of how fast everything is changing. By like 40, we'll be obsolete and just bitching about shit.
No, you gotta keep with the times.
Oh yeah.
Keep with the times.
Well, we'll leave that to Amelia, keeping us up with the times. No, dude, we gotta keep it alive. Gotta keep the old man way of life alive.
But we should wait till we're actually old men, not 40.
That's true.
It's only 10 years away.
The time's
For
speeding
me.
up, man.
It's only 10 years away from me. So,
You're right. It's 11 for me. Totally different situation.
you got one more year.
I'm not 30 yet.
But it's a lot closer for our sisters.
Old broads.
Golden Girls. Thank you for being a friend. I heard they're gonna redo the Golden Girls, but with gay men. Yeah.
Wow.
And George Takei might be.
It's fucking dumb. All
George
these
Takei.
remakes are dumb. They're dumb to remake anyway, but to then remake them and then be like, but
Here's the twist.
here's the twist.
Here's the M. Night Shyamalan ding
They're
dong
no
twist.
longer this. They're all this.
They're all dead.
That's gonna be so funny. Oh my god, can you imagine a bunch of old gay dudes? Oh my god.
I'll watch it.
You said that proud of yourself. You were like, well, I'm a adequate focus group
I am,
right here. I'm in the
I am
demographic.
the world's best teacher.
That's
So.
right. Stupid. Make a different show with 4 old gay dudes. Don't call it the Golden Girls. Don't compare it to the Golden Girls. Just call it a different show. Just call it Golden Gaze and get it over with.
Golden Guys. Golden Guys and fries.
2 pounds. Okay. So what do we do when we get to 315, which should be this week?
Should be this week. I don't know.
You want to? I don't know. We could do something celebratory, like go for a 10-mile run. We could starve ourselves for a couple days just to see how much we can knock off.
I hear people do this like egg fast when they're trying to start the keto diet. It sounds so gross.
Just eggs?
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, 3 or 4 days of just eating eggs. Sounds
I could
gross
do that.
hell.
I could do that, no problem.
We had a conversation earlier about how much I despise eating eggs outside of breakfast.
Breakfast time, yeah.
And I hate eggs in a pie crust. And
quiche.
or things that resemble quiche. Like poblano peppers and eggs and cheese.
It's a melt.
It's like a casserole. No, it's a quiche without a crust. Trying to play me?
That's an omelet.
You trying to play
It's
me?
a mushroom omelet, you old broad.
But she baked it.
Yeah, it's a baked.
You said you would eat it because you explained to me what it was. Completely wrong.
It's an egg crap.
Crap? It's a bunch of crap.
Egg crap. So, I mean, I throw eggs on shit that doesn't need eggs. Like, I made bacon, and then I had some pork chops left over from the other night, so then I took half of it, and I put it in the pan, and I started frying it in the bacon grease, and then I was like, oh, wow. This might be suitable, but...
See, I'm not like a huge egg
egged
person.
it, man.
Yeah, I'm not a huge egg person.
You ain't no Humpty Dumpty?
No.
You're not a huge egg person?
I won't even, like, there are certain desserts and stuff like that I won't, like, if a custard is too eggy, I'm like, nah, I'm good.
That's what custard is?
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
eggs
like
and
eggs and
milk
sugar.
and sugar,
milk.
yeah.
I had a Boston cream donut yesterday. Dude, and I bought that singularly by myself, which I never do. That's how bad my cravings have been. Like, normally, like, never buy any of that shit.
Right.
If it's there, then I'll think about it.
Right.
Dude, I went and bought a coffee, and I was like, yeah. And they didn't even have Bavarian cream, and I should have been like, well, that's your sign. Like, because I take shit like that all the time. I'll just be like, oh, so you wanted that? They didn't have it, so now I don't get anything. I said, fuck it! And I got a Boston cream.
Yeah, I don't really like the chocolate frosting at Dunkin' Donuts. It's not good.
Oh, is it weird?
To me, I actually don't like chocolate frosting on a donut. I don't like frosting on a donut. If
Even like a lodge, yeah?
I mean, I'll get vanilla.
Vanilla?
Yeah.
Or what about strawberry? It's pretty crazy. When I have a strawberry one every once in a while, I'm like, whoa! Because it's weird. It's artificial.
Yeah. But, so I will go for the Bavarian cream, but I've noticed that the Bavarian creams don't hold up. So if it's like the end of the day and they're like stale, but the Boston cream ones will be perfectly fresh still. I think there's some weird ass preservatives in that chocolate frosting that are keeping that donut fresh.
It's a different composition, yeah. Because Bavarian creams do get stale pretty fast, which I will take that as a sign that they're good. Or better, superior to the others. Shit that stays like McDonald's fries is scary.
Even
just
McDonald's
never
fries
molds.
go bad fairly quick.
Well,
French
no, they're
fries
not
in
edible.
general.
I'm just talking about they don't mold. You know how they have that thing where they just have the McDonald's for a year and it's like the fries are fine.
Yeah.
Ah! Ah! But yeah, I ate a Bavarian cream though. I mean, Boston cream yesterday. I think I ate something else. I ate the rest of the ice cream I bought the night before. But I'm still under 180, so like I'm maintaining.
Right.
If I just didn't eat that, I feel like I'd be killing it because that's an extra like 500 calories just easy right off the bat. Where is it? Would have just been all the protein, calories, and shit. Oh, that's one thing. So I've started doing push-ups, or I'm still on it. I've been like, I notice I will not have energy a lot of the times. Like, I'm pretty fucking cashed out after a couple sets. And I didn't know if, I mean, you said you were, at first, you were
Yeah, if I
energy,
don't
right?
have, if I don't have carbs, then yeah. But if I have carbs, then I somehow have energy.
But when you've been going to work out, what have you been doing?
Nothing. Like, and I go like as soon as I wake up too. So I think that has to do a
On
lot
the
with
fast.
it. Yeah. So it's like but these last 2 weeks I've been limiting myself to like a half hour, and I'll do like 15 minutes on the elliptical, and then I'll like quickly do a bunch of sets. You know, I'll hit like every. You know, if I'm doing upper body that day, I'll do every upper body one, but I won't do a crap ton of sets. I'll just do like 2 sets and go through them all, and then that 15 minutes is done, and I'm out. So I feel like it keeps me more focused. If I say like, oh, I'm going to be there for an hour, then I kind of like just walk around, like look at like, oh, what do I want to do?
Right. This is just
okay, and then I'll just sit there at the one machine for like 10 minutes, like. You know, in between sets, and then like look at okay, cool, you know. So
and since you're doing them all like kind of in a circuit, you're keeping your heart rate up or something. I would presume you're like actually working to sweat. Yeah. Have you been taking the shroom tech before?
No, because it takes 45 minutes, and I don't wake up. I don't wake up 45 minutes.
Damn, you get there fast, huh?
Yeah. I wake up and I get dressed and I go, because they open at 5:30, and I'm there at like 5:20 something, waiting for them to open up, so I can get out and come home so that Melissa can go to work. But yeah, but I don't want to wake up like you know
that little bit early,
like 4:30, so I can take these pills. You know, the days where like I don't take care of Amelia, then I'll take it, and it helps. But I don't feel like it's like pushing me through and making me lift more or go longer or harder or anything.
What's been happening is I'll have my tea in the morning, so since I'm not going to work and I don't have my bacon, I'll do the tea with the oil, and then like it'll be like 1700 already, and like the day's over. I've been up since 7. I've been getting up, and then like so I go that whole day pretty easily without ever being hungry, but then it like hits me hard and I kind of will get a headache or like or I have no energy, because throughout the day I'll just try to do the push-ups, and then I notice like I'm like I get like really sluggish pretty quick.
Yeah.
But I love fucking eating meat and eggs and just fatty shit all day. I took some of that ghee, and I made a steak last night, steak and eggs.
There's a company that makes, it's called Gold Nugget Ghee, so it's like ghee for hipsters, I think, and they make like a chocolate ghee to like you can spread it on stuff.
Jesus, so it's just like fat, like chocolate fat.
It's like chocolate butter,
Nutella, Jesus.
They make regular ghee, but
well, that shit, it says it has no preservatives in it. We've had it for like a month now. It looks fine. I don't even know how it usually works or if it molds or what, but it didn't seem to have any mold on it. We haven't used much of it. Right. It seemed fine. I didn't get sick or anything. So.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, because ghee is clarified butter.
What does that mean? It's just like broken down, right? Like it's like distilled. They
melt it, and then like all the milk solids come to the top, and they just filter it out.
Get rid of it.
So it's like the pure fat
butter. Yeah. It's concentrated pure shit. Yeah, I took a pretty good dollop. I fucking cooked the steak in it, and then I just used all that shit.
Right.
Put the eggs on top. Goddamn delicious. But yeah, I don't know how any of that shit works. I don't even know where Tata got that.
Yeah, you can get it anywhere, really. Ghee is, because
this is like
Indian people use it all the time.
Yeah, right.
So like that's their oil.
Isn't that also what they use in like restaurants? It's pretty much clarified butter. I've heard like butter, for everything.
Yeah.
That's why everything tastes good, or.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this shit. I think it's the...
I love butter.
Well, I mean, I'm also wondering though, like, is my
I wash
sweet tooth-
myself with a
is
rag
my
on a
sweet
stick.
tooth- Is it getting worse because I'm eating all this, like, meat, salty shit all the time, so then, like, and not getting any bread, not getting any, like...
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's just, like, making the situation worse, where by the end of the day, I'm like, oh, give me some fucking sugar. Because I drink coffee, I drink water all day, I don't drink pop. Are you totally off that, too?
Pop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I just bought some stevia.
Yeah,
Stevia flavored or sweetened.
I've seen
soda.
that shit. It comes in like a bottle and you like squeeze it
Yeah,
out.
there's an eyedropper thing. Yeah, but this company, I've tried it before, because I've tried to get off pop because I was so addicted to it.
Yeah, I'm impressed that you're not doing.
But so I tried it like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and it was disgusting. But I got root beer, but it was ginger root beer, and I think that's why I didn't really like it. But now that I like drink LaCroix, like that's my soda now. Like LaCroix is like, I'm like, maybe I'll try it. And I just got cola. It's like a baseline.
LaCroix cola?
No. Oh yeah, LaCroix makes cola,
Really?
but this is a different company.
All the stevia stuff, you mean?
Yeah. So I'm thinking.
So basically, it's pop. It doesn't have sugar.
It doesn't have sugar.
Just
It's sweetened with stevia, yeah, which is okay on keto.
Better than...
Because it doesn't raise your insulin. Like there are other sugar substitutes that will raise your insulin, just like sugar. So it's like pointless, like Sweet and Low and Equal and all those have aspartame, and aspartame does the same thing, and I think sucralose maybe I don't know. But yeah, so I'm gonna try it and see if I like it, but I don't need it. The LaCroix is fine. So
yeah, I love bubble water too, just to break up the monotony.
Yeah,
but I have non-flavored. I have Polish brand. Now with Jovianka. Oh yeah, that's right, delicious. It's carbonated. I don't remember this green ring around last time, but this says low sodium, natural mineral water.
Did you hear his other show got canceled because of his conservative values or something like that?
That's bullshit.
Or
I mean, I never saw it. What is it? It's called Man of the... It's like,
Last Man Standing.
okay.
I watched like 2 episodes. It's okay. It's like instead of him owning instead of him doing a show on tools, he owns like a outdoors like Bass Pro Shop kind of thing.
My God.
And then he goes on rants via the internet.
Oh wow, that's part of the show.
And that's how he sells products. Like he does these like web things, and then he'll be like, so whatever's going on in the show, via think of your favorite home improvement episode, and like he'll just go on a rant and be like,
And it was on Netflix, right?
No, it was on ABC.
It was on ABC.
Yeah.
And it got canceled for conservative.
I don't know if it's his conservative values or something values. Family values.
Adam's Family Values. It'll get you canceled every time, man. These people are sick.
But yeah, I was like, what? It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. I've never seen the show.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of hearing shit about people, not being able to speak or shit getting canceled because...
Nobody. You know what it probably really was. Nobody probably watched it.
Right, exactly. But they're gonna blame it on that. Yeah. It probably ABC is trying to get some fucking kudos for like, oh no, that's not what we think. We don't agree with this.
Right.
This point of view. So Tim the Toolman Taylor is out. It's bullshit.
But he'll be in like the next 8 Toy Story sequels. Toy Story 4 is coming out next year.
All the brave men will be long dead by then. Toy Story 4?
Yeah.
Never saw second or third.
The third one's really sad.
Jesus. Definitely, thank you for letting me know. Yeah, just tell me in advance if I
feel like I almost cried. I think I saw it in the theaters. I almost cried. There's a point where you're like, oh, I guess this is the end. It's the third one. There's like evil toys and stuff that are like in the third one, yeah.
Jesus. That's a good dark
resentful toys, I should say. Resentful toys. Not evil necessarily, but resentful toys. I was reading up on this thing called the Pixar universe, and this guy basically said all the Pixar movies take place in this alternate universe, and all this garbage. And I think it's kind of you have to really, it's like really far out,
right?
Because he's like, magic exists, and Boo from Monsters Inc. is the witch from Brave, and all this, right? But one of the things he's like, the magic helps create these like makes inanimate objects come to life. Mm-hmm. Hence the toys that can talk. And then they learn that they get their power from the love of humans, which then plays, if you ever watch Toy Story 3, you'll totally get why some of these toys were right. So they resent it, and like somehow that turns into the monsters from Monsters Inc. learning, because the monsters are like way in the future in this alternate universe. Like things have evolved. The bugs from A Bug's Life somehow evolve over time into these monsters. Right, it's like you really have to you're stretching this out. Duh. Like it's really cool if you just say, hey, Boo is the witch from Brave. But then when you have to start stretching it out and stupid. Connecting dots, and you have to really stupid. Yeah. So Boo is like so distraught that she can't find Sully, because at the end, I don't know if you've ever seen it, at the end of the movie he puts her back in her room after she's come through the portal. He puts her back in her room and he leaves, and she's all sad and crap. She spends her life trying to find him, and she realizes that these doors are not necessarily dimensional portals, but they're also time portals as well. So she's going through all these friggin' doors and trying to find, and she ends up in the time of Brave. And that's why there's a carving of Sully, and there's a Pizza Planet truck carving in her little cave thing majigger, and that's so how it's all connected. And I just was like, what? No, please don't.
Too much time on his hands.
Yeah, that's something I would do.
Some of that shit is cool, yeah, but then it's if you just would have pulled up a little earlier, man, that's a really cool idea, and then you fucking muddied it up with all the rest of it.
Once you decide you're going to include every
right.
Pixar movie, then it gets really weird, because it's somehow the machines take over and humans leave, because in WALL-E all the humans get on the ship and they leave.
Right.
And somehow now the machines evolve and they're the cars. So because you have to somehow explain cars. Well, what happened to the cars? Yeah. Because in WALL-E the humans come back and plant stuff, and now you have to make up
it's just
stuff.
It's bullshit.
If you can clearly explain it without having to make up side stories and alternate plots, then it's good.
Might have been meant to be, but sure, some of it was meant to.
I mean, the fact that
cross-mogenate.
I mean, yeah, there are Easter eggs in all the films, but even people from Pixar go, no,
right? Exactly.
These films were written at completely different times by completely different people
who did not have the other ones in mind, right?
This is just...
It takes away from the ones they put in there. In my opinion.
In your opinion. In your professional opinion.
I'm a professional opinioner.
So yeah, I was reading about that. I was like, oh god, this is weird.
Well, I heard that. Or saw the headline as well, but I didn't read the whole thing. Yeah. And I haven't seen enough of those movies to be able to tell anyway.
Right. I feel like the only Disney movies that I've watched post 8th grade are the Pixar movies. Because like I didn't watch any of those other Disney movies until I just saw like Frozen like a little while ago. But I've never seen Princess and the Frog. I've never seen Tangled. I've never seen... There was Brother Bear, Home on the Range. There's a bunch of movies that like were made when we were in high school and whatever, and I just never watched because they weren't appealing. But I watched all the Pixar movies like Up and WALL-E and Cars, unfortunately, and Brave, technically, I guess, is a Pixar movie.
I've seen Up, but I never saw any of the rest of them.
Saddest 10 minutes.
Yeah, man. It's like click sad.
In thematic history.
When you said you cried, or we're going to it, Toy Story 3, I was like, oh man, it's click sad, huh?
Yeah, that movie is kind of sad.
I can't believe Norm Macdonald wasn't in Click.
It's because Christopher Walken beat him out for the role.
It's a pretty good book, though. I have it on Kindle, so I can't give it to you. Because you can't read
Click.
it anyway, so...
That's true, I don't know how to read it.
No, based on a true story. Norm Macdonald.
Oh, that book.
Yeah, that book.
I thought Click, you were talking about Click is a good book, too.
Terrible book.
Great movie, terrible book. It's the one time where you would say,
the Sandman gives it all its magic.
I like the film better.
There are idiots probably say that all the time. Like with The Hobbit or something.
Yeah.
I like the movie better.
You know what I liked about the movie, though? The whole not reading part.
That was a lack of written word. For real. Faux show.
Faux show. Did you see the link I sent you about the 25th anniversary of Hook? And how he wants to make a film about it? So I tagged you.
Yeah, it was a sequel,
in the post.
right? Or what was it supposed to be? Yeah.
I tagged you in the right, but then they commented on my tag.
What?
And it was just a link to watch, like, to the Kickstarter page and watch this really crappy trailer that they made.
No.
And it's like, it doesn't make any sense. The trailer makes no sense. And it says Hook versus Neverland as like the title of the movie, but in the trailer it ends with the word Rufio. And I was so confused. Rufio dies in the first movie.
It's gonna be prequel, dude.
And maybe that's true. It could be. And then second, they had like a who's your leader? You know, like this really bad acting, and the guy's like trying to like choke him out. He's like Rufio. But then they show the old dud butt, like, and he's got the sword, and he's like looking at it, but he's like dressed in regular clothes, like Peter Banning. I looked it up. It's Banning with a B. Peter Banning, like he's
I thought
like
it always sounded like Banning. And,
yeah. And then like he's just like looking at the sword that he got. Remember at the end of the
Christ
movie,
figure, dude. He's just their ideal.
Like Rufio.
Yeah.
You're saying? Oh,
yeah.
That could be. Yeah.
You know.
And like he's just like
The
looking at it, like,
legend.
do I go back or what? You know, like.
Also, he's in
because he's
regular
older,
clothes,
so
right.
obviously he couldn't have still been in Neverland. And I was like, what is this? This is
So
all
they
over the
got
place, man.
Yeah.
It's like this is all over the place. What is going on? Like, Rufio.
That makes me uncomfortable. I don't know why.
And I was just like, what is going on? And I was like, And then I was looking at like the levels of how much you could donate and like what you got, and people have donated like $5,000 or already because those special perks are gone. If you want to donate $1,000, you can have a walk-on role in the movie.
Done.
And an executive producer tag at the end of the movie. This is how ridiculous that was. When I was reading them, I'm like, okay, not only could I star in the movie, I get a free DVD version of this
sidekick, dude.
Right. And I would be an executive producer to this movie, all for $1,000. I think that's worth it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Can we both do 500 and get?
I think the levels, there was like maybe 4 or 5 different levels before it got so ridiculous. Like you basically own half the movie if you donate $5,000 or something like that. There were a bunch where you could have a walk-on role and be an executive producer. It was just like they added different things. Like, oh, you get a hook shirt or something. Like you get a leather jacket.
You get a hook hand. What? Yeah. We'll give you his hand.
We're gonna cut Dustin Hoffman's
hand. They want the hand.
So for a brief second,
I have your Hook's hand.
So for a brief moment, I thought about, should I donate this money? Even though I know that they'll probably never reach their goal, and so I'll probably...
What was it, like 100,000 or something?
It's got to be... It's a ridiculous amount of money to make a film. Because the fact that they're willing to say you're an executive producer for $1,000...
Right, exactly.
Right.
They're trying to get money.
Yeah. And so I was like, I thought about it. I'm like, I could be Thud Butts.
You could be his right-hand man.
What are we going to do, Thud?
You could be Bud.
It's Bud.
You're Thud's Bud.
Thud's Bud. It's time to fly. I work at the comic book store that he goes to all the time. He keeps the sword at this comic book store all the time.
The coconut
like
sword.
I just keep it in the back. It's like hung up. Thud's Bud is the keeper of the sword.
Hey man, what's up with that shitty Hawaiian sword?
Comes from a land far away. Daikini's are big.
I was like, you're doing Warwick Davis, dude.
Giants that live far away. I'll just do my Warwick Davis impression the entire time. Give me back my baby. Hiya. Father, what's a daiquiri? Daiquiris are big. Giants. They live far away. Oh, Warwick Davis.
Did you ever see An Idiot Abroad and stuff? You saw the one with him?
Him and
Yeah.
Because I was actually listening to the Ricky Gervais podcast way before they started the Idiot Abroad thing. So when they started it, I was like so happy. I was like, and I already knew about Carl and stuff. Yeah. He's like, oh, thank the Lord.
Yeah, Carl's pretty funny. They only did like 3. That last one, right? With Warwick.
Yeah, the last one was Warwick.
Super short.
They did a similar thing. I just watched it. It was only 4 episodes long. And it's got George Foreman, Terry Bradshaw, William Shatner, and Henry Winkler. And they go to Asia. And they just like hang out with each other the whole time. And crap. It was pretty entertaining. It's only 4 episodes, so it's like you can get through it really fast. It's pretty entertaining. It's just sad because Terry Bradshaw just does his Larry the Cable Guy impression.
Right.
So it's like...
You're the bumpkin.
That's funny right there, I tell you what.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's your catchphrase.
I'm just going to reuse all of the Larry the Cable Guy catchphrases.
What?
But yeah. And like, I guess some random guy, some younger guy, is like goes along with them. And he's like, all right, they're in Tokyo, and he's like, all right, we're gonna give you an authentic Japanese experience. And they go to one of those cubular hotels where it's just, and they're all looking at him like, what the fuck, yeah.
How my fat old ass gonna fit in there?
George Foreman's like, I used to make $8 million every day for like 2 years.
Now I'm in a cube. I didn't see this coming.
And then when they went to Hong Kong, William Shatner's like, no, I'll pay for everything. And so they stay at like the fanciest hotel, and they get handmade suits because I guess in Hong Kong, like the tailors in Hong Kong are supposed to be like the best. And so, and like the young guy's like, how much is this suit? And they're like $5,000. Like, American? He's like, yeah. He's like, and so he's just taking off parts of the suit, and he's like, how much is it now? And all he has is the shirt on, and he's like, oh, it's like $1,000. Like, okay. And he's like, but all this is paid for already. And he's like, by who? And he's like, by your friends. And he's like, okay, if that's the case, then he grabs like 10 suits, and he charges it all to Shatner.
Those guys.
Those guys
are crazy.
I know. It's entertaining.
Fucking reality TV, man. Oh. I'm throwing everything away. One of the few things I saved DVD wise.
Bum fights?
Not bum fights.
This is bum fights.
The Osbournes.
You had that on DVD?
I have it on DVD. And I kept it because it's goddamn historical, dude. That was at the front end of reality TV.
Celebrity reality TV.
Okay, right. Yeah, that makes sense for sure. Because, like, Survivor was there, but those weren't celebrities. All those kind of came from it. Big Brother and all that. Big Brother.
Big Brother.
But the Osbournes was like, first for that shit. Yeah. And, yeah. We enjoyed that mightily, I think. But I'm saving it just for its historical purposes. What year would that have been? It's like right around 2000, probably. Mm-hmm. So now we've had all this time of shitty fucking recycling over and over and over again. And all you gotta do is go to the original, the Osbournes.
One of my favorite parts of that is, it's not even really that funny, but he's going on tour, and he's coming into the hotel, and it's his birthday, and someone says, happy birthday. Oh, did you know that you and Andy Williams share the same birthday? And he's like, Andy Williams? Fucking Andy Williams. Next thing you know, you're gonna tell me I have the same birthday as Perry Como, who's also like a Christmas song kind of guy. Sounds exactly like Andy Williams. I thought it was hilarious. I told you it wasn't going to be funny. But I find it hilarious. Just the way he's, like all drugged out and stuff. Because he was on drugs half the time. More than half the time.
But they were claiming he wasn't at the time. Like he was sober and they were making a deal of that.
But he was like he was like a Michael Jackson kind of thing. Like doctors were prescribing him all these weird ass things.
Oh yeah, he was on all sorts of pills and shit. Probably shit to knock him out, shit to wake him up.
Stuff so he can actually change the channel on the remote.
I think I'm going to put that in the old DVD player when I get home. But yeah, I think he could have stopped right there. And we still would have come as far as we've come. So, final statement. I think they should cancel reality TV altogether.
Some things are good.
Like?
I don't know. When I think of
I'll give you a week to come up with good current reality television.
I'm sure I watch it.
I watch a lot of it too. Like, I loved Bar Rescue.
But that's not even reality stuff.
Nothing is.
I heard all that stuff is...
So Henry Winkler and fucking Terry Bradshaw.
Oh no, I could. They even come out and say it's not reality.
None of it is, dude. You know what I'm saying? You're drawing a line. It doesn't even...
Right, but I'm saying like they're not even trying to sell it as reality TV. They're just like, it's all kind of
because there doesn't need to be a distinction anymore. I guess
True.
People are just like, oh, it's either written or it's this shit. And like they don't even. Yeah, no, that's true. There isn't like even a line because it's also shitty now. Yeah. Alright, so yeah.
Bar Rescues, he's pretty funny.
Yeah, dude, Tapper is hilarious. Man.
Or have you ever watched the hotel one with the bald guy?
Yeah, it was, oh man, he's fucking hilarious too. His name's Sal or something.
Yeah.
Some fucking Italian.
I'm here. There's dust everywhere. There's all kinds of cat piss stains
I like
on
Ramsey
the floor.
too, man. I love
That's
Gordon
true.
Ramsay. So those are all good.
But I like the
those.
British ones better than the I mean, the
Yeah,
American
no, they're
ones are
better.
like... There's a lot of drama on the American version of Kitchen Nightmares, but like
No,
the British ones are always
better.
Yeah.
He was just more crass back then, and it was newer and fresher, and he was being more like authentic than now. I mean,
Now he's just like picks fights.
doing
Yeah.
it. You fucking cunt.
He like has to like when he goes to the restaurant and he tastes the food.
Yeah, now he has
like he has to like
every time.
throw it,
Right, exactly.
throw it up and be like, "This is dog shit."
This isn't chicken, you fucking cunt. Those are all good. I like all thems.
Yeah.
So that's my soft spot. And like I miss old like cooking shows before reality TV existed, but the old school ones, those are cool too.
Yeah, they still have a few of them, but I've realized that they don't have chefs anymore. Like back in the day, like they would have like an actual chef.
Sure.
And they would show like Emerald.
Julia Childs. Yen can't cook.
Yan can cook.
I know.
He can. He can. But now it's like they just get celebrities. Like they have Tia Mowry or whatever from Sister Sister. She's friggin' cooking. They got Kelly Kapowski has her own cooking show. They got Hillary Duff's sister. They got who else? There's somebody else. There's another one. And it's like they all have the actual cooking shows.
Right. That's all it is.
And then Bobby Flay and all the other people who were like
Mario
legit
Batali.
are doing all these like
competition
shows or whatever, and it's
barbecue.
Like there's a whole show
roasts.
called Beat Bobby Flay where all he does is cook against.
Yeah, I've
other
seen that
people.
one a couple times.
I mean, they're entertaining. I put it on when I feel like there's nothing else on to watch. Just put it on and I can watch that for hours and hours.
Yeah.
But
or like Anthony Bourdain, I like all those.
Yeah,
too.
I like Anthony Bourdain, but like now I feel like he's just a little preachy. It's a little preachy. Before he would just go to the country, and like now he's like, you know, this is bullshit. He's like trying to be like, what's his face?
He's trying to call what
Ramsey.
Put
He's trying to be like.
Oh, okay, really?
Yeah, I feel like that's how I feel like
He's
like
being more shitty
he's
around people.
Yeah. He tries to call shit out for being fake and. Like, this isn't authentic. Right.
Yeah, he got too many tattoos after 50 to be relevant anymore. You know, once a motherfucker starts getting tattoos all around the world, that he's sideways.
I think I saw an episode where he went to Waffle House and he had food at Waffle House. He's like, "Oh my god, this is amazing." I was like, "You're done." If you think Waffle House,
Well, that's kind of that's the way he used to be, though.
But no, but now I
of-
feel like he's just like playing into like, okay, I'm gonna say Waffle House is really good, even though I don't.
Okay, I got you
necessarily
right because
think
that's my thing. Yeah, all right, totally understand that. I see that.
Right.
He's purposely
he's like
trying to be
inauthentic
like,
now. Yeah.
That's his shtick.
Yeah. But yeah. So there are some reality
Man versus
shows.
food.
Man versus
No,
food,
yeah,
but they
anything food
but they
related
stopped.
I like,
They
or
stopped doing
so.
that because that guy was like, "I'm tired of getting fat," and people commenting about how fat I've gotten.
I don't think he would ever get tired of that. Getting
don't-
fat or having people comment on how fat he is.
He
likes
stopped
small
the show and
jackets
he
too
lost
much.
and he lost a lot of weight, and like now he has a different show,
Yeah,
like a cooking competition show that he just hosts.
that's stupid though.
Yeah.
'Cause
There's
Adam
another
Richman
guy.
was
There's
barely
like a
fucking
ginger-esque guy on the cooking channel or something like that who does ginormous food, and it's basically man versus food. But he just like finds the biggest
doesn't try
fucking
to eat
crap.
it because it's not possible. Yeah, food's my soft spot. I can put those on. Like if there's nothing on, I can put on any sort of travel-y, foodie type thing.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Mind of a Chef? It's on Netflix, but it's a PBS show.
Oh yeah. With the guy from.
They do a different guy every season, or they do
yeah.
two every season. But yeah, there's been like an Asian dude. I forgot his name, but he was definitely on Bourdain like a bunch.
Yeah.
And then they've got a couple different ones. Some dude from like Louisiana was one of them. And it's a pretty good show though. Pretty badass. So, Bourdain was like a regular line cook or something, right? And then he wrote that book, and that's how he is that it? Like, that's...
I don't think he owns an actual restaurant, does he?
Yeah, and like, did he ever actually do any, like,
I don't think
high-tier cooking?
I don't think so, but he gives that aura that he...
Well, yeah, he's definitely been to all of them now, but I don't know. I never knew if there was a time when he wasn't just shitty drug addict line cook to, like, where he got better, or if he just wrote the book. Or was he already a better cook by the time he wrote the book?
I don't know. I don't know the time frame. The one episode I remember is him in Chicago. So I watched it.
Yeah,
like
of course.
Chicago.
I watched all those because he's got like 3 different shows now.
And he was eating at the Silver Palm over there, like Ogden. With Mancow.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's what Ogden, Milwaukee, and Division. Meet. And I just thought it was a very weird, like, conversation that they were having about like what Chicago is about.
I know.
And Mancow's like, or he's like, I know he's like, is there really a division between North Side and South Side? And he's like, yeah, but it's more about education and like money than anything. Or I think he said it's more about education than what people try to make it. And I was like, I guess it kind of makes sense. People do. I feel like people on the South Side value education as much as people on the North Side do. But I was like, I guess like in CPS,
it's quite a sweeping generalization.
They don't like divvy up the money that same way. But
well, I mean, so you're basically saying something you don't agree with came out of Mancow's mouth.
Did you watch his reality show? He had a reality show on History Channel with his brother.
Oh, it's called like God, Guns, and something. I've never seen it, but
his brother is like some friggin' cowboy who lives down Central Illinois or something like that. Runs this big ass car dealership. It's like it's like the most profitable car dealership in that whole area, and is about
I feel like I've been down there. It's like Muller Honda or something.
There is a Muller Honda around Chicago, but I feel like it's not the same Muller. Isn't he Mancow Mueller? I don't know. Whatever.
No, he's Mancow Muller. That's how they've always said it. I don't know.
And so. But yeah, it was not a good show. It was basically about like how Mancow came down for the summer to work. I pretend to be something, and
I'm a city slicker.
I'm gonna be with you, cowboy brother.
Well, so he had so the original one was No Reservations, and then there was like the one where he goes out of the way, or there's the layover where he just stops quickly, he's on a plane, he stops quickly for like a day. And then there was No Reservations, the layover, but the one with Mancow was something else. It was, I don't think it was either of those. Oh, man. It's like on the tip of my fucking tongue. But so, yeah, he's had like 3 or 4 different Chicago episodes too. I really wanted to go to that one. It might have been the same Mancow one where he went to that bar with the old dude who was like a writer and painter or something. Okay. He's got all the paintings up of like famous Chicago people and political shit. I forgot where the fuck it was at, but he went to a couple good bars. Now I don't drink anymore. I don't really feel the need to go over there, but I wanted to try them.
scratch hard enough, he'll come to you. But yeah, Anthony Bourdain. Man cove.
You should watch the Osbournes. Are we on shit today?
I think so.
Okay.
Okay.
Well then, we'll see you next week.
Alright, see ya.
Sunday.
Sunday.
Sunday.